tape at a later date. This tape is being made and first aired January the 25th, 1997 over Black Liberation Radio, 99.7 Eastside Decatur. In a minute, y'all, a few words about some judges.
Number love for you,
my sister. You know how hard it is.
No doubt.
Being a woman, a black woman
no
at
doubt.
that. In this white man's world, sometimes we overlook the fact that we can ride hard in our system. We don't be knowing the pain we be causing.
This white man's world.
This white man's world. I ain't saying I'm innocent of all this. I'm just
in this white man's world.
This song is for all those times that I messed up or we messed up. Dear sister, got me twisted up in prison, I miss you. Crying, looking at my nieces and my nephews' picture. They say don't let this cool world get you. Kinda suspicious, swearing one day you might leave me for somebody that's richer. Twist the cap off the bottom, I take a sip and see tomorrow. Gotta make it if I had to beg a borrow. Reading love letters late night, locked down and quiet. If brothers don't receive they mail, best believe we ride. Eating Jack Mac, staring at the walls of silence inside this cage when it captured all my rage and violence. In time I learned a few lessons, never fall for riches. Apologies to my true sisters, far from bitches. Help me raise my black nation, reparations to do. It's true, caught up in this world, I took advantage of you. So tell the babies how I love them, precious boys and girls, born black in this white man's world. And all I heard was, only thing they ever did wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Born black, this white
No
man's
doubt.
world.
All my ghetto motherfuckers be proud to be black and be proud to have this shit like this. Nobody got it like this. All these motherfuckers want to be like us. They all want to be like us. To be the have-not. All here. God bless the child that can hold his own. No motherfucking doubt.
Being born with less, I must confess, only adds on to the stress. 2 gunshots to my homie's head, died in his vest. Shot him to death and left him bleeding for his family to see. I passed his casket, gently ask him if they have him for G. My homeboy's doing life, his baby mama be stressing, shedding tears when her son finally asked that question. Where my daddy at? Mama, why we live so poor? Why you crying? Heard you late night to my bedroom door. Now do you love me, mama? Why they keep on calling me nigga? Get my weight up with my hate and pay them back when I'm bigger. And still thugging in this jail cell, missing my block. Hearing brothers screaming all night, wishing they stop. Proud to be black, but why we act like we don't love ourselves? Don't look around, but suck, check yourselves. Know what it means to be black, whether a man or girl, we still struggling in this white man's world. White man's world.
We must fight for brotherhood, man. We must fight for brotherhood. Born black in this white man's world. We must fight for brother Geronimo Pratt. In this white man's world. For Further Moore, Christie. In this white man's world. For the countless political prisoners who are locked up falsely by this white man.
Change, choose a new direction, and I'm gonna give it out. My time away just made perfection. Cause I think I die. Not gonna cry, why should I care? Like we holding on to lost love that's no longer there. Can you please help me? God bless me, please keep my seeds healthy. Making all my enemies bleed while my G's wealthy. Hoping they bury me with ammunition, weed and shells. Just in case they trip in heaven, ain't no G's in hell. Sister, sorry for the pain that I caused your heart. I know I'll change if you help me, but don't fall apart. Rest in peace to Natasha, Lil Yummy and Kato. Too much for this cold world of hate, ended up being fatal. Every woman in America, especially black, bear with me, can't you see that we under attack? I never meant to cause drama to my sister and mama, but we make it through better times in this white man's world.
You're out of touch with reality. A few of you in a few smoke-filled rooms calling that the mainstream, while the masses of the people, white and black, red, yellow, and brown, poor and vulnerable, are suffering in this nation. Never that. In this white man's world, they can't stop us. We've been here all this time, they ain't took us out. They can never take us out. No matter what they say about us being extinct, about us being endangered species, we ain't never gonna leave this. We ain't never gonna walk off this planet unless y'all choose your brain. Use your brain. that's killing us. It's us that's killing us. It ain't them that's knocking us off. It's us that's knocking us off. I'm telling you, better watch it or be a victim. Be a victim in this white man's world.
Every word alive.
In this white man's world.
Where you go, no matter how far I'll
Born black in this white man's world.
let you know,
No doubt. It's dedicated to my motherfucking teacher. Matula Shakur, Geronimo Pratt, Mumia Abu Jamal, Sekou Ding, all the real OGs. We out.
I want y'all to know as I sit here, I'm going to do the best I can not to curse. I know it's not going to last long. Because certain people, y'all, are so disgusting to me that it's hard to talk about them without cursing, okay? Certain individuals are so low that it's hard for me to sit up here and try to act like I got good sense, while all of these people seem to accept these low-lifed dogs as individuals who they think have good sense. I want to say this morning, y'all, that I do believe God is good, and God is certainly in the battle. Not only for the custody of my kids, y'all, but for things that are going on that nobody seems to want to talk about. God is having a way of exposing things right before your very eyes. I keep telling, just saying it would be best if a lot of people just shut up, really. I mean, it would be best if a lot of people just kept their mouth shut about things that were going on. I want y'all to read, on the front page of your newspaper today, you got an article. And I'm going to try not to curse, just so I could make people understand where I'm coming from in all of this. Because a lot of y'all reading in the newspaper and everything about Napoleon Williams, and you turning on the radio and you thinking I'm some crazy racist madman. I'm a nigga with damn good sense. I'm fed up with the way things are in the city of Decatur, Illinois. I'm not ready, or I'm not warned to run away from my responsibilities as a human being and as a citizen of this community. So Black Liberation Radio, y'all, is my way of attempting to do something to better the conditions for the voiceless, the poor, and oppressed, and especially black people, of which I am a member of. That is my goal, y'all. That is my commitment, okay? And I don't see how a lot of people could sit around and know that underhand things go on and they don't say anything. They can know that there's dishonest people in their community that represents something that's supposed to be honorable, but they don't say anything. I have a problem, y'all, with Penny Severance this morning. Now, understand that I know that Miss Severance is a friend to a lot of y'all's, okay? So I'm not going to call Miss Severance out of her name or anything, but I have a problem with Miss Severance this morning, simply because I know that Miss Severance has heard about a little girl by the name of Unique Train Williams. Miss Severance has heard about a man by the name of Napoleon Williams, and Miss Severance has heard about a woman by the name of Mildred Jones. Now, I don't know if she knows anything about a True. I would think that she would when me and Mildred mailed her documents showing that a True had a guardian when she was taken. When we asked Miss Penny Severance for help back in 1992, when we told Penny Severance how Judge John Davis and the Macon County State's Attorney's Office was trying to destroy us as a family, she told us that that was a judicial matter that should be handled through the court. Now, I wake up this morning and Penny Severance is on the front page of a paper talking about she wants a judge to resign. Let's go back over this again, y'all. Because, see, like I said, since I ain't cursing, I might as well do the best I can to try to break this all down. Let me prop my little feet up and go through this again. Back in 1992, y'all, when they had first taken Unique, me and Mildred realized right off that certain rights had been violated in Mildred's life, y'all. You had a judge and you had a state's attorney sit up and violate this woman's rights. I don't know what Mark Martlin's role in it. To me, Mark Martlin was just the person that for some reason got called to be Mildred's lawyer that day. See, so I really don't blame Mark for coming in and sitting down. He had to do what the judge told him to do. Sit over there and represent her when he bring her back over here. We gonna show her. See, I don't know what was said in the courtroom, but what I do know, y'all, transcripts 92 MR 28 clearly shows that Mildred Jones's rights to representation that day was violated by the judge. It was violated by the judge. Do you hear me? If you read the transcripts, you can read a part where the judge admonishes Mildred and tell Mildred all this old kind of stuff. Like, if you don't go back in that other room and testify like the state's attorney wants you to testify, then I can put you in jail and I can give you a fine and I can hold you in jail. Now, do you understand what I'm saying, y'all? In the transcript, Mildred say, yeah, I understand. You might as well put me in jail. Can you imagine what this done to this arrogant cracker? See, when you got him, he's sitting here big, bad, powerful, warning little old Mildred Jones. I'm on skill now. When I get through with all this, I bet she's going to go over there and testify. But soon as he got through talking to Mildred, y'all, the transcript shows that as soon as he asks her, do you understand what I'm saying? Mildred say, yeah, I understand. You might as well put me in jail. That's the transcript. Now, understand this. John Davis gets mad, y'all. But I don't give a fuck how mad John Davis get. Mildred still has certain rights that should not be violated. And John Davis getting mad don't mean nothing to me. But you got John Davis, the judge, knows better than anybody else, y'all, the rights of a defendant in a courtroom. I'm breaking this shit down this morning, ain't it? If anybody in that courtroom knew the rights of the defendant, then John Davis, Judge John K. Davis, knew the rights of Mildred Jones. And if he knew that Mildred needed a lawyer, he knew what procedures he should take to see to it that Mildred Jones was properly represented in 92 MR 28. Now understand this. When Mildred's rights are violated, y'all, I take my child home. They put Mildred in jail. Me and my baby go home. I can't get Mildred out of jail because she ain't got no bond. We don't realize that the same people who done violated Mildred's rights are already plotting to take our baby. You know how they going to take our baby? They going to take our baby by saying Mildred is in jail and the baby is at home alone with the father, and we feel that the baby is at risk. So you got the same people that just violated the mother's rights all of a sudden talking about their feelings in regard to the lady's baby whose rights they just violated. Now understand this, y'all. From the minute it happened, we knew that it wasn't right. See, from the minute Mildred talked to Scott Ruder and said, man, that ain't my lawyer. I didn't ask for that lawyer. That's not my, you guys giving me something I don't need. I know the conversation. They can take every tape I got, and I know the conversation word for word. See, I know the conversation of Mildred Jones and Scott Ruder on the phone. I wonder if that's the one they trying to accuse me of eavesdropping on. I'm glad I was there. See, because I know that Mildred made it clear to this cracker, that is not my lawyer. Y'all, she said, y'all have given me something that I don't need. Scott Ruder is an assistant state's attorney, y'all. Scott Ruder is supposed to be one of the up-and-coming guys in the state's attorney's office. Well, Scott Ruder ought to be able to answer a question concerning Mildred Jones being put in jail that day. See, if Scott Ruder is up-and-coming, the motherfucker ought to know more law than Napoleon Williams, shouldn't he? He ought to be able to make better sense out of 92 MR 28 than Napoleon Williams can. And Napoleon Williams is simply asking that before we go anywhere concerning my kids, before we even look at a plan, let's find out how you got my kids. See, you got them. They want to make us forget that. See, you got a judge, y'all, that sit up and violated Mildred's rights. This judge sits up and think that he's never, I mean, they bold enough to be right back on the case. The same two people that messed over Mildred Jones, violated her rights, and caused her baby to be taken are right back on the case. You got Scott Ruder sitting up there doing every damn thing that he can to keep Mildred's baby away from me, and I challenge any sensible person to sit down and go over with 92 MR 28 with me. Let's go to Scott Ruder, the state's attorney, and Judge Davis, and say, how do y'all feel that y'all didn't mess over Mildred Jones on that day? The only way that they got this woman's baby, y'all, was because of what they did to her. See, I don't think y'all understand that Mildred didn't do nothing to lose her kids. The only way that Mildred ever lost a child, the only way that anybody could say that Mildred should go by a plan is because of what they did to her. Mildred didn't just want her baby to be took home alone that day. Mildred couldn't go home with her baby. Now, if all of us got rights, y'all, and it's clear cut that we do, we supposed to, understand this, y'all. And I said this to the reporter yesterday. Out of all the things that Martin Luther King said, there was a judge that used to write for the Voice paper. The judge's name was Judge Grimes. And he had an article that was titled, "Tell It to the Judge." And in 1992, Mildred wrote the judge. And the judge wrote Mildred back telling her that he could understand what it's like for some of our people to stand up and want conditions to be better for people. He can understand how evil people or how people will persecute you simply for standing up and doing that. And he told her, but one thing remember, that Martin Luther King said, truth crushed to earth shall rise again. Okay? In 1992, John Davis, Larry Fichter, and all of them could crush truth. See, when we called the newspaper and asked the newspaper, man, would y'all just look into this? The newspaper didn't think nothing of Napoleon Williams, Mildred Jones, and his kids in 1992. See, when we contacted Penny Severance and asked Penny Severance to help us get this looked into, we were simply told that's a judicial matter. We're trying to tell how the judicial system is being used to mess over us. You got a lady tell us to get a lawyer. That's a judicial matter. There's nothing I can do about that. But all of a sudden, I got her on the front page of today's paper, a paper that me and Mildred is in. See, check this out. You got her on the front page of the paper calling for the resignation of a judge. Now, why won't Miss Severance sit down with me and Mildred, go over 92 MR 28, take it to her people, and find out whether or not Mildred Jones's rights was violated in 92 MR 28? If she find out that a judge violated Mildred Jones's rights, and this judge is right back on the case, refusing to acknowledge what he did that started all of this, shouldn't she call for his resignation too? See, if it's put right out in front of Miss Severance that while you messing with the Supreme Justice judge somewhere else, you got a judge right here in your town that's a pitiful, no good son of a bitch. See, you got a judge that sit up and question me about going through a court order. I'm court ordering myself to tell on this judge. See, until somebody give me satisfactory answers concerning 92 MR 28, me and Mildred ain't doing nothing in a damn court order. They've been court ordered to give us unsupervised visits. You don't see them giving us that duty. You got John Davis trying to justify me and Mildred not having unsupervised visits. Do y'all know why we don't have unsupervised visits? Because it was tearing my baby up, y'all, to come here Friday night and then be taken away Sunday night. It was breaking my baby's heart, y'all, to come here every goddamn weekend, and these people just will not let my kids come home. So I went on the radio and said, if my baby come here and say that she wants to stay, then I'm going to let her stay. And maybe somebody, goddammit, should show a reason that my kids can't stay with me other than these sick-ass crackers thinking that they not going to be told on. They done took a radio station. I asked Penny Severance, come in my house and ask me what was taken out of my house, then go to them and see am I lying. They got computers. Ain't no computers on the search warrant. They closed down a radio station, ain't explained nothing about it yet. And don't nobody find nothing suspicious about this. See, you got Miss Severance standing up yesterday all over the paper. This judge ought to resign. Listen to some of the things said, y'all. Listen, I'm just going to read it to you, a little bit of it. Severance demands Heppel's resignation. Decatur lawmaker says state chief justice views himself above the law. John Davis does too, Miss Severance. John Davis does do. Anytime John Davis will sit up and question me about a court order, when I challenge you to get Mr. Davis and me in the same room, let's go through 92 MR 28 and get Mr. Davis to offer some kind of explanation about why he don't understand what led to the taking of Mildred Jones's kids. See, you got John Davis trying to say that the court has decided everything. The court don't know a damn thing about them wrongfully placing Mildred Jones in jail. Do all of y'all hear me out there? While you got John Davis, the court upheld the decision in the kids' case. Fuck the kids' case. Let's find out how you got my kids. See, we know you could get them in court and do any damn thing that you want to them. You can keep on acting like there's a real need to have my kids. That's why we staying focused on one thing. Let's look at how you got both of my kids. I mean, let's quit talking about a case plan. Let's look at how my kids came into the system. You start off with Unique. The mother was in jail. Okay, the only thing that me and Mildred is asking that somebody look at how she got in jail. If her rights were not violated, me and Mildred will do any and every damn thing that they got in their plan as quickly as possible to get our kids back. See, if Mildred Jones's rights was not violated, listen to me good at what I'm saying, y'all. If Mildred Jones's rights was not violated in 92M on 28, me and Mildred will agree to do everything that they put in their plan, no matter how ridiculous it is, and we'll do it as quickly as possible so that we could get our kids back. But we want somebody to at least look at this and tell us whether we wrong or whether they know they wrong and whether they bold enough to think that they keep on playing this little game like we gonna concentrate on the kids' case. We gonna concentrate on these two sick crackers that sit up and done everything that they could, y'all. They fought in court to keep Mildred's baby away from her. Now you got Penny Severance getting on a judge somewhere else when all me and Mildred is doing for the sake of our kids is saying, could you please get somebody to just look into this? I mean, because you got them keep on trying to say, well, DCFS wants to. Let's find out how DCFS got our kids. See, if there is a need for me and Mildred to do something, once we get people outside of that little courtroom up there, they can do any damn thing they want to us. It's funny that Penny Severance should notice this with this other judge. He thinks of himself as above the law. You think you ain't got none of them crackers like that right here? What the hell do you think about Larry Fichter, who didn't return anybody's calls around October 30th when people were calling this fellow over and over and over again trying to find out why my kids couldn't come home? You don't think he consider himself above the law? He consider himself above the people. He ain't got to answer no question about them kids. Here it is, you got two kids coming home on unsupervised visits. They being dropped off to their mother and father every Friday night and picked up every Sunday night. But when it comes time to go in court October 30th for these kids to be returned home, Mr. Fichter objected to the kids returning home. Now all of a sudden you got a judge, John Davis, he can't even see no reason for the kids to have unsupervised visits. What did we do to violate the court order? See, you got a judge sitting up want me and Mildred to do whatever DCFS tells us to do. He even willing to court order us to do that. Well, another judge ordered that we have unsupervised visits. Now, if we didn't fuck up, why in the fuck don't we have unsupervised visits? See, ain't he violating the damn court order? He just simply saying, well, Napoleon said something on tape. I'm saying that Larry Fichter kept our case on the docket so that you could get it, cracker. I'm saying that y'all little weak move, he gave, listen to this, y'all. Here it is, you got a cracker acting like he done went in a back room. He's trying to think all the particulars out and everything in my kid's case. This cracker know damn well the only way we lost our baby was because they put Mildred in jail. See, now keep that in mind. He knows this right off, so we just gonna leave him with that in the back room. Now here it is, you got a man saying he finna consider all of this, but the man's rules, y'all, one of his rules that he sent out to DCFS, he would not be returning anybody's kids that were married. See, understand this. This is something that's printed up, already came out of his office. This man said he would not even allow overnight visits for two biological parents that live together if one of them was married to somebody else. What fucking business is that of his? See, you already got a man acting like he finna make a decision. If this man done sit out a rule like that, something already wrong with him. It ain't his damn big. Well, how many of us can't raise our kids because we not married? How many of us want to be forced to get married simply because we have a problem one day where our kids become involved with DCFS? Our kids end up before this fool, and all of a sudden he can impose his will on us no matter how damn stupid his will is. You got a cracker acting like he finna go in a room and judge the evidence. How in the hell can he give us our kids back if he done already made a rule before our kids ever came through his damn court that he was not giving kids back to families that weren't married? See, do you understand what I'm saying? When you take all of that into account, why would I even go up there and play court with them? You got a man yesterday, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all about that later. Let's get back to Penny Severance. Lawmaker says Chief Justice views himself above the law. Miss Severance, I can show you some low-lifted ass crackers right here in Decatur, Illinois that view themselves above the law. I've been begging for people to join me in simply looking into them. See, let's find out if search warrants were issued on my house and things taken out. Because, see, I ain't going to them asking for the stuff back. I'm leaving it with them so we could find out once and for all. Let's find out what was taken out of my house, what was supposed to be taken, and what was anything even taken for. See, if you're worried about people elsewhere who think they are above the law, you ought to be worried about people right here in the town where you live at thinking they're above the law. I find it mighty damn funny don't nobody seem to hear me when it comes to going up against people right here in their hometown, but they can run all the way around the damn state trying to get money to do everything for everybody else. We got a problem right here in the city of Decatur, Illinois, a problem with a judicial system that is out of control. A problem with people that'll go get search warrants and then bring the search warrants out to your house and not even give you the whole search warrant. They give you what they want you to have and then take whatever they want to take. And you worried about other people outside of Decatur thinking they're above the law. Senator Penny Severance of Decatur has joined the chorus of opposition to James Hipples, Chief Justice of the Illinois Supreme Court. She said Friday that Hipples should resign. Listen to this, y'all. When I read shit like this here, I be like, Miss Severance, we trying to tell on some people that think they're above the law. Now, you might not believe this. It might not be of any kind of interest to you simply because you don't believe it. You might call them on the phone and they just tell you what they want. Oh, he's lying. We saying sit down with us because we do want our kids back. We're not going to get our kids back anytime anytime you got a judge that know he violated a mother's rights. He knows that the violation of this mother's rights is what led to the taking of her child. He knows this. We're not going to get our kids back if this judge is keep on trying to get us to concentrate on the court order. Ain't nothing wrong with us. See, we feel that we live in a community where things like this shouldn't be swept under the rug. Things like this, if they are accused of happening, if somebody alleged they happened, then the taking of kids is important enough to look into. The taking of kids is important enough to at least sit down with the parents and go over what the parents say is clear proof that we are being persecuted by some people. Now, anytime you can understand Judge Hipple being above the law, anytime you can say things like this, these are her words, y'all. Citizens of Illinois need to know and believe that when matters are decided by the state's Chief Justice, they are decided with a voice of reason and honesty, not a voice of self-serving, not a voice of a self-serving decision-maker who apparently views himself above the law, Severance said at a news conference. Now here it is, you got Napoleon Williams saying, look, in a Macon County court, as a matter of fact, you can open the damn page of the paper. See, just open your paper and fold it back to page A3. See, you got Penny Severance saying that when people make decisions, the citizens of Illinois want to know that it's done by people who are really honest, not by some decision-making person who doing it just to protect his ass. You got two people saying all we want is for people to just look into the taking of our kids. See, you got people running around here talking about me and Mildred involved in a custody battle. We're not supposed to be, because it's never supposed to be this hard to have sensible people in a community look at decisions that are being made by people who are supposed to stand for justice. Don't you understand that justice don't look like nobody making a damn fool out you? Justice looks just. Anybody can examine something and determine whether or not a decision made in that examination was just. I didn't even go in the courtroom yesterday, y'all. And the reason I didn't go in the courtroom is, I'm just tired of even looking at these old stupid-ass crackers. John Davis disgusts me. I'm not lying now. Y'all might look at him and stand up when he come in the courtroom. John Davis is a 60-minute cracker, y'all, and I intend to prove it. See, you got a man that could have just sit back and just, he made comments concerning my kids yesterday. They write in the paper, y'all. Listen to me, cracker. I wonder why nobody will come to your crippled ass and ask you to go over 92 MR28 with them. That's all Napoleon, see, to show you what you are. That's all Napoleon needs to get people to do. See, it ain't no hard, complicated thing to show you as the fool that you are. Any damn time you can do what you did to us. You caused the taking of my baby, cracker. Now, why you can't get it in your damn mind? When you violated my baby's rights and had my baby's mother put in jail, you crippled son of a bitch, that caused the taking of her baby. She didn't do nothing to her damn baby. You violated her rights March 3rd, 1992. Your crippled ass can read about it in 92 MR28. Now, if you didn't violate her rights, I'm sorry for calling you out of your name. If you can justify what you did to her on that day, cracker, then maybe you should be sitting there judging whether or not she got her kids. But anytime you sick enough to think that you're going to make a good mother, be court ordered to do something to cover up for what you did to her, man, you sick. You sick and you plumb out of your goddamn mind, really. All of y'all is, really. I mean, sometimes I sit up and I get so damn sick of them. I mean, like, listen to me. Yeah, please understand this. I'm going to calm down, turn the little mic down. Watch this. I'm going to do it like this here. Now, check this out. To show you what I'm talking about, all you got to do is get 92 MR28 and read 92 MR28 and find out whether or not the decisions John Davis made was the decisions that should have been made by a judge that day. And were they decisions that he knew better than to do? Judge John Davis know that you don't just give somebody a lawyer without asking them about their representation. Judge John Davis know that you are entitled to a phone call to try to get you a lawyer there to represent. Judge Davis knows this, y'all. Now, any damn time I could tell you all we got to do is get 92 MR28 and say, how did you forget it on this day, cracker? Because it sure ain't in here. I mean, what the hell happened? Did y'all tell her to just stop typing while y'all talked to Mildred about her lawyer? I mean, you got me all these years saying this. Mildred was wrongfully put in jail when her baby was taken, y'all. These crackers know what they did to her. Now, they sit back like they got a right to have her ran through court, and he got a right to sit up and make a decision. Before this cracker issue a goddamn decision, let's take 92 MR28 to the cripple motherfucker and say what happened to Mildred's rights. See, understand this. You got him still trying to act honorable. Before you be honorable again, motherfucker, let's look at 92 MR28. It's a legal damn document. It was typed up there in the Macon County Court building. It ain't like Napoleon and forged up and come up with nothing. Before you be in a mood to say, in a position to say any damn thing about whether our kids should be here unsupervised. Cracker, the only reason they got our kids is because of something you did to Mildred Jones one day. Now, you act like it's not going to be looked into. You too damn stupid to realize that the only way we going to get our kids back is that it is. See, you sitting in a back room thinking you finna decide something before you decide any damn thing. Cracker, let's discuss publicly 92 MR28. And for any of y'all sitting out there thinking I'm a racist or something, or think some of the terms that I use is racist, fuck you, really. I mean, shit, you didn't sit around long enough and let this shit get out of hand like this. You didn't sit around long enough and you done had people that say they represent you, but for some reason they don't represent some of us. See, you got me. I'm so damn bad that just the way I fight for my children seems to just be a turn. Well, if you just calm down, let me take your damn kids in and tell you to stand around being calm. See, let me take your kids then. Let me try to tell you how you should fight to get your kids back. How you should be when it comes to explaining the hurt and pain that you see when your kids are being totally destroyed. Let me do that to you. See, let me let your kids be gone, and you know there's politicians that you went to for help years ago. They turned their back on you, didn't do nothing for you, act like you didn't exist. When you was trying to tell on judges, you was trying to tell on prosecutors, then you wake up one morning and see the politician on the paper talking about a judge somewhere. Who came to her for help against this judge? She says the citizens of the state of Illinois, well, the citizens of Decatur, Illinois have a right to know whether or not there's a conspiracy afoot to deprive people of their kids. See, we need to know what's going on up there in that courtroom anytime you got a judge that will get mad at the guardian ad litem because the guardian ad litem recommends that the kids be returned home. See, something is wrong with a system. When you got a judge sit up and get mad, when normally judges go along, y'all, with what the kids' lawyers say. Now, when you got a child's lawyer that done a thorough job and say, I can't see nothing wrong with these parents having their kids, if the judge get mad at him, ain't something wrong with that picture? See, that's this man's job, y'all, to be talked down to by a no-good-ass cracker who caused all of this. Just because people won't stand up and condemn me and Mildred, just because some people are willing to tell the truth, some people are hearing the truth now, you got the judge sitting up getting mad. Here it is, you got people that sit in that courtroom, all of these people know me and Mildred have been lied on. Out of all of this, y'all, ain't nothing come out that anything happened to our kids. You got a judge that even listened to shit. The transcript's gonna be all there, y'all. You got a judge that was told, goddammit, that there was no investigation concerning the shit that they even say I did. This judge didn't heard that. You got a judge that know we had unsupervised visits. The only thing we asking for our kids to come home, he's saying he can't see no reason for unsupervised visits to start back. Now you tell me this is not a sick son of a bitch. See, y'all want me to talk another. You tell me this ain't a sick motherfucker here. Anytime I'm telling y'all, let's get his ass and look at 92 MR 28. See, let's get right in his goddamn face and say, look, cripple motherfucker, can you explain what happened to Mildred Jones's rights on this damn day? Because the document says she appeared defending herself. What in the hell would you give her time for not sitting down next to a lawyer simply because you called a lawyer? You picked her lawyer. She had a right first to pick her own damn lawyer. That's a right, y'all. See, understand this. Mildred had a right to get her own motherfucking lawyer if she required the services of a lawyer. This man violated Mildred's rights, put Mildred in jail, and he act like it's not going to be looked into. He act like Napoleon Williams going to forget it. As I told him yesterday, I wouldn't even step in his courtroom no damn more. I intend to make people focus on 92 MR 28 and what he did to Mildred Jones. Listen, let me read this, y'all. Williams await word in custody in battle for custody. Napoleon Williams and Mildred Jones will have to wait to learn the status of their child custody case. Judge John L. Davis retired to his chamber Friday after an hour-and-a-half testimony to consider whether to return the couple the right of unsupervised visitation with their daughter, Unique Dream and a True Dream. They have been in state custody since 1992 and 1994, respectively. The way I look at this case, and I emphasize this case, is that the previous judge tried something that didn't work, said Davis during the hearing in regards to the unsupervised visits. I've heard no evidence that would warrant the change of that order. Do y'all want me to tell y'all again why my kids can't come here? Let me tell y'all something. They was looking like goddamn fools when my kids had supervised visits. Judge Davis, Lawrence Victor, all of them motherfuckers was looking like damn fools. They got my babies saying that we got the kids away from Napoleon and Mildred because we fear there's a risk of harm. But here they is with unsupervised visits. So any excuse we give them, we knew that we took a chance of losing unsupervised visits. But here it is, you got a judge that acts like he done heard some evidence that warrant my kids not being with us. What motherfucking evidence? Nothing ever happened to our kids while they was here, y'all. Nothing has ever happened to our kids, period. Now, you got some people got problems about how we raise our kids. They don't think our kids should be on the radio. We don't think that's a goddamn decision that should be made by them. See, understand this. If we had our children at home, we would be training them to seek a field in radio broadcasting, in media. That's what we would be training our kids to do, and we're not really concerned about their feelings. But you got some people that can come all into me and Mildred's house. This motherfucker tries to sit up and act like there was really a need to take our baby. I beg y'all to hear me this time. There was nothing wrong with my kids. See, nothing was ever wrong with my kids. You had a crippled son of a bitch sit up one day and have no regards whatsoever for our Constitution. You had a crippled, arrogant bastard that sit up and just messed over a woman one day. He took her, y'all. He put her in jail. When Mildred come in the courtroom, he say, go sit down by your attorney. Mildred say, that ain't my attorney. I represent my, go sit down by your. That was not Mildred's attorney, y'all. I don't know why I can't get y'all to understand this. And this is why I'm stuck on it. Some motherfucker gonna understand it. There ain't no damn way in the world we gonna be going to no damn court-ordered shit to get our kids back, not when we know how they was taken. You simply got a judge in a damn courtroom that don't want to focus why my kids even going through this. When I said that my baby had a right to be here, y'all, I said that my baby had a right to be here and I could prove it to anybody that wants to look. See, that's just what I said. I said that as a man, when my baby come here and cries to be here, I can prove to you that these crackers have done nothing but fucked over me and Mildred, and they are fucking over the human rights of my kids as I speak. I can prove this. Now, you got them steady acting like what they doing. Listen to what he goes on to say. It's his burden to prove that he has done something to try to get those children back. You crippled son of a bitch. I fight for my children every motherfucking day. And if I didn't fight so motherfucking hard, or if I wasn't so fucked up by my disgust of crippled, ignorant motherfuckers like you, I would be a better fighter. But see, I didn't come into this all that eloquent or all that articulate. I came into this shit as a fighter. You crippled motherfucker, you better keep in mind, I fight every damn day, every motherfucking day, man. You go have a meeting with Victor. Y'all took a radio station. I bet you can make a tape of me today, and I hope somebody tape it and give it to your ignorant ass. Because you through, man. I fight for my kids every day. I'm fighting now to get sensible people in this community to ignore my rage, to ignore my cursing for a minute and understand that I am a human being that's doing the best I can to show how my kids were taken. See, anytime you got a judge sit up in a paper and say Napoleon ain't done nothing, well, y'all help me do something. Because the only thing that I'm trying to do is get people to look into what this crippled motherfucker did in the life of my kids. See, don't let him sit up and say Napoleon ain't doing nothing. The only damn reason that you know Napoleon is that Napoleon is sitting up every damn day begging you to join him into looking into what he did. Now, if he's bold enough to get in the paper and say Napoleon ain't doing nothing, okay, let's do something. Let's investigate 92 MR28. See, let's start breaking it down with John Davis. Let's start asking, did you wrongfully put Mildred Jones in jail, and did that result in the taking of her child? Because, see, he's saying me and Mildred got to do something. Anything that me and Mildred do covers up what this crippled motherfucker did to us. Now, I beg y'all to understand that any goddamn thing that me and Mildred do, if me and Mildred go to a parenting class, then nobody would look into what John Davis did to Mildred March 3rd, 1992. That's what resulted in the taking of our baby. We trying to address the problem of what led to the taking of our child. 92 MR28 is what led to the taking of Unique Dream Williams. Every record they got, y'all, go like this here. The mother is in jail, and we feel, okay, let's just examine. That's what started it all. Let's just examine and find out what was the mother doing in jail. Y'all, that's not no complicated question. See, if everything that they done is right, and they got right on their side, then we should be able to look at 92 MR28 and ask the judge something about it, shouldn't we? Did you violate her rights? Because if you violated her rights, Cracker, she lost her child as a result of you violating her rights. But to be bold enough to say, it's his burden to prove that something is, that he's trying to do something to get those children back. And he is true. You's a sick motherfucker, man. It ain't a cracker walk through that goddamn county building that don't know me. And the reason they know me, motherfucker, is because I fight daily to regain custody of my kids. The only reason they know me is that I won't shut up about what you motherfuckers done to us. You gonna deal with truth, Cracker, and it's coming for your ass soon. You're tuned to Black Liberation Radio 99.7, the people's choice, voice, and source of information, East Side Decatur.
After the clouds have cleared the sky, God's going to wipe these tears from my eyes. After the storm has come and gone, after the wind has already blown, after the clouds have cleared the sky, God's going to wipe these tears from my eyes. There have been days when I've hurt so bad, the load on my shoulders seemed much more than I could stand.
And there have been times when the pain inside was so severe, I just sat alone and cried.
Then a voice spoke to me.